All right, this is episode 6. You know, you're the host, bro. Today, what am I even talking about?
You're just taking over, so I was gonna let you
Yeah,
take it over.
yeah. What are we even talking about?
All right, guys, welcome to Podclass episode 6. Really, the third episode. With the best host possible we can get. Yeah. But anything like I'm gonna steal what you did last episode. Anything new? What's popping on over here?
Anything new?
Yeah.
Not really. Just been working the same routine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving coming up, and then Christmas. So I'm getting into the holiday spirit, but nothing new besides work and business and working out a little bit. That's it.
Yeah. Still small, still doing the calisthenics and not real big boy weight or.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Look, Jordan couldn't last when we did.
Bro, you can't even bench what I bench.
Bro.
You can't
These
bench what I
little fake,
bench though.
these little fake strong guys, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't last, bro.
You can't bench what I bench though.
They couldn't last. In
Bro,
real life,
I have
in real life they're
muscles.
chumps.
Bro, okay, cool. You can do a bunch of push-ups. You could do push-ups incline outside. Cool.
In real life, I'm strong. Right? In real life, I'm stronger than you.
What are you, 150 pounds?
In real life, I'm stronger.
I'm light right now, and I'm 166.
In the fake world,
I'm like 175.
In the fake world of the gym, of the weightlifting gym, outside of that, I'm stronger than you. I'm probably stronger than you on half of that stuff too. But
no, you're not. You can't out bench me. You can't out squat me. You can't out deadlift me.
You have small legs, bro. I don't know about the squat.
You can't out squat me. You say that, but I used to squat. Even back in the day, I used to squat a lot. The only thing that will prevent me squatting a lot is my back. My back is weak. I ain't gonna lie. I just started really working on back.
So his excuses are he just pre-made his excuse.
So, no, but I'm still gonna out squat you. Like, it'll be easy. Calf raises, I got you. I was a calf raise king back in the day.
It's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm hoping to gain about 3.5 pounds tomorrow.
See, that should tell you guys how small he is. He's gonna gain 5 pounds from one meal.
3.5 pounds would be cool.
Yeah, he's talking about he wants to gain 5 pounds from a meal.
And then from there, I just need 10 more, and I'm like the GOAT.
160, 5'9", 160. Sounds about. That's pretty solid.
Those are not my real measurements, brother.
They are.
So people don't get that confused. If you come here 5'9", I'm posting you up off the rip.
You're 5'9", bro.
Off the rip, I'm posting you up. You're 5'9" guarding me,
bro. And
you're getting
good. So you guys know he throws elbows in your gut when he's posting up. It wouldn't fly with real wrestling. He tries to knock the wind out of you. It's crazy.
I lead the league.
Keyword tries. Tries. It doesn't work because he's
the league in free throw attempts. You know how to get it done.
Okay.
All right, what you got, man? What we doing today?
All right, I'm gonna start off with a little quick here. This should be easy for you. What's your morning routine? Just let the people know. I feel like you have a good morning routine, so let more people know what you be doing in the morning.
Yeah, morning routine. Right now, I'm waking up at 3:30. Now I started to go to sleep earlier and wake up earlier. One, because I got stuff to do before work or whatever, and I'm more of a morning person. I would rather get up a little bit earlier. I mean, that's real early for 99% of people. 3:30 is ridiculous. But I'd rather do that than at night. At night, there's so many other distractions and stuff like that. That when you go, you're like, oh, you get home, you're tired, YouTube, the game's on, whatever. There's so many distractions that I would rather, and half the time I get home, it's freaking from work and then the gym. It's 9 o'clock, half the time I get home. So what am I really gonna do? So I wake up like that. I haven't been meditating as much lately. Have you been meditating as much lately?
It's been 3 to 4 times a week. Not the every day I used to do.
I need to get back on that. But mainly, usually I wake up and do a little meditation, cold showers, our thing.
Those still haven't gotten easier, man.
Those are
every
never.
time.
It doesn't get. It don't get easier, but I mean, it does get easier because you know you did. But
Yeah.
that water run for a second before you really like, dang,
Yeah.
I gotta like showers are definitely not
Even
enjoyable.
the first 30 seconds, I just put my face in it. I'm like, okay.
You gotta hype yourself up, bro. You
No,
gotta
I just
hype
literally
yourself
just
up.
I just turned the shower head to me. I'm like, all right, Jordan, just gonna get yourself wet, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
those literally don't get easier. Um, that's it. It's a little shortened just because I wake up a little bit earlier. But
Mm-hmm.
before I had like a much of a longer morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and like in the mornings, I've been trying to cook like because I get home late. I've been trying to cook like breakfast and dinner in the
Mm-hmm.
morning before I go to work. So I like have my whatever my breakfast and then either my lunch. Usually it's like I'll make a portion for my lunch and my dinner. So I've been doing that, and then just working on some business stuff in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like.
Ooh, I like this one. How have you changed the most over the last year?
Changed the most over the last year. Um, I think I have. Okay, this is good. And again, we don't get no prep. I don't get no prep on these questions.
Yeah.
We don't get any prep on these questions. The most I've changed over the last year, I
Yeah.
think one is just like experience and stuff like that. You kind of acquire. I'll just put in like two parts or whatever, but kind of acquire like experiences, and I think that I've gotten like a little bit more. I've definitely just become more mature.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was other ways that I was pretty mature, like I was mature or whatever, but I feel like I'm starting to be like a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing from like being like, like just like a young guy or like in the college, like I started to be like understand like what being a man is, and that's like in you know, real, that's with everybody. So you kind of have a different thing, like relationship with other people. I think your relationships change a little bit when you're with, like, you kind of get that, like, man stuff like that. And you kind of understand your job more. You kind of understand who you are a little bit more. You kind of understand your strengths. I think you just get a little bit better understanding of who you are. And it affects, and also deals with like doing other stuff that I usually wouldn't do. Maybe it's like with women or whatever, like, and being like, okay, I used to be like on like the 50-50, like years ago, I was on the 50-50, or like, you know what I'm saying? There'd be red pill nowadays. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I understand what my role is. I feel like a little bit more. Um, and I think I've just gotten, but so there's been like some positives. There's been some negatives too of just things that have happened. Probably any negatives I had to say, like I guess a little bit like the trust part or opening up or um just a bunch of stuff that kind of snowball
Mm-hmm.
of when bad things happen to you. So there's some negatives too, but there's also like the positive where I feel like I kind of know who I am a little bit more, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also confusion of that same thing. So it's like a yin and yang. So knowing who you are, and then there's times where you don't know, you know, uh, because certain things. But I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the most thing. Like there's good things, but there's bad things too that I probably have gotten worse at, or or that just from stuff that's happened.
Like that. All
Thank you,
right,
Blair.
now I'm back with the hypotheticals again.
All right.
All right, so if you could have a like like one of those billboards you see when you're just driving down like Houston, you see a billboard on the road, right? Like what if you could have a message on there? It's not to like you're not promoting yourself or anything. If you could just have a message that you wanted to get out to the people in the city or whatever, what would it say and why?
of just like any city
A message. You could be like a sentence or just like a phrase you like or something, anything. Maybe max like a couple sentences.
um
It just goes on one of those big billboards. Something you just feel like people should just see.
if it was just like a one little short thing, it'd probably be something like you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one day you're gonna die, uh so like you have like a limited amount of time. You have like you know what I'm saying, like it's like a thing with like regret, you know what I'm saying, and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like you want to limit your regrets as much as you can. That's like pretty much like a big ultimate goal and stuff like that. And uh I think if you like start there, like okay, and then I think that's a good like spot to start. Even though that sounds like pretty like negative, but just understanding like you know you have time, like patience. I'm a very patient guy,
Mm-hmm.
but also it's like you want to some of that stuff you got to do. You don't know. Like I said, like I want to go skydiving. I need to hurry up and do that. It's
Okay.
getting cold. Like there's certain stuff that like you got to that I want to like get the ball going on and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So like stuff on everything I got to be done, but I want to like move towards those things and I want to get those things done because you don't got forever and
Yeah.
you don't that's what I'd probably say. So like and it also affects like okay, the small things that people worry about, the little stuff. And I'm even guilty like now, like cause of stuff that's happened, like sometimes the little stuff they get me way more than what they had got me in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where I was an A+ pro at like just any little small thing. I could easily just like move past it and it was about the big things. But now it's like it's a little bit harder, but it does
Mm-hmm.
help. But overall it helps you with, you know, limiting the small stuff and like the big things and like sometimes it's just and how like being gratitude and stuff like that. Just knowing that is like the most important thing is like health. You know what I'm saying? If you
Mm-hmm.
or like the people you care about, you know what I'm saying? That's the most important stuff, and that puts shit in perspective for reals.
I know these questions. I know they bang right
Yeah, maybe my answers are just
now. All right. I tried to send. I had some of my notes. I sent to my email.
Did you see? We're not up there like the. You saw about the Diddy stuff like that. Do you have any
Yeah.
any thoughts about that?
Hey,
What do you
hold
think?
on, let me. I have a black Toyota Camry. I don't live in Georgia.
Hey, that's that's
I live in Tampa Bay, Florida.
funny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I saw so many funny tweets, bro. It was like, yeah, I don't know what to. Do
And
I
what do you
believe it?
think about just people not like one? I think I believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be
Yeah,
skeptical of this stuff, but I believe it 100%. I believe it. I think this shit is true. But what do you think about just other people like not saying nothing about it?
bro. It's like it's
That's like
more people. Like I always like it makes me realize like nigga, if they told people a meteor was coming in 3 days, niggas would be on Twitter. Oh, this is about to be me when the meteor comes. Like, it'll be a gif, bro. 30 seconds before it hits. 30 seconds before it hits, niggas still gonna be trying to get likes and stuff, bro. Like they're gonna be like, oh, it's about to be
no
me before the
facts,
meteor
bro.
comes.
That should say 3. Man, it will be the memes will be crazy. The memes will be me 30 seconds.
They'll be like all the people who were working 50 hours the last month for no reason. They're gonna be memes for everything, man.
That's just gonna be memes.
But, yeah,
I think, yeah, and like
people don't really care about nothing, bro. Like they like to act like they care, even with like the Palestine stuff. Like people,
yeah,
I'll say some people probably do care, but some people just, oh yeah, Palestine, and then
See, that's the thing, especially like when you're kind of spoiled living in America, where like you think of those things, but it's like it's far out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that happens over there. Like when we think of war, we think of war happening like in another country. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's America going to war, we think the war is in Iraq. They're not soldiers on the ground.
Like another world. Seems like it's
It's not even real. Like in America, like it's like half like fake to us. Like we don't really understand. Like
even the stuff that happens in America, I'm like, oh, that was in Colorado, bro.
Yeah, Colorado. like you know what I'm saying?
One of my friends on PlayStation today. Like he was there. I forget. He said some mass shooting happened in like I think it was New York.
What?
I don't know. I didn't even see it because I'm not a big news guy. But
what happened in New York?
I don't want to say New York. I don't want to say. He said some mass shooting somewhere. I think it was New York. He said, but you know, he said exactly that. He was like, I don't know. He was like, oh, he said something. He was like, I don't know. That don't got nothing to do with me. I was like, damn.
And that match. That's one thing. We're also like just desensitized. Like the mass shoot. Like it feels like every week. So people, it's not even like. It's a bad as it sounds. Like 5 people died. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if it's not a big number, like people just like we're just like desensitized to it a bit. Like you know what I'm saying? And even like the wars and stuff, that's like fake to us. We don't even think about that, like being a thing. Like boots on the troops on the ground and people shooting in New York. Like that doesn't even seem like a real thing that's even possible. Like boots on the ground in New York, a country coming in, we're actually fighting on the street.
It's like I don't know.
And again, like you said, there'd be a dude on social. He'd be posting it. He'd be sitting there writing the gunfire. Everyone taking a video, trying to get some likes and shit.
You're right. It's not even like it doesn't even seem realistic for like let's say like Russia to come up in here and just say, all right, we here. Like it doesn't even seem realistic for that to happen.
It doesn't.
Like it's just we're gonna get nuked or nothing's gonna happen.
It just feels like they just gonna blow everything up or nothing gonna happen. We're not thinking of like people on the ground shooting. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. People on the ground shooting, that doesn't even cross our heads. Like that's even possible. Yeah.
I don't even know how
what was the original? We're talking about
Diddy.
Yeah. So I just realized that partially like everybody said they're like real. I thought like the street stuff or whatever. I thought it was like maybe it's partially it's like it's like it's about morals. You know what I'm saying? Like you do this what like I just realized it ain't about morals, bro. This Diddy, if it's gonna hurt your pockets, like you're not gonna say nothing, bro. If you feel like it's gonna hurt your pockets, your relationships and this stuff. If it's about your money, you don't even care, bro. You don't have. It's not about morals, bro. It's just about what benefits. Like
so many people in the industry that know what he's been doing.
It's just what benefits me and what don't benefit me. There's no morals out there. All these rappers who got these morals and street dudes who supposedly stand for this and I stand for that. Y'all don't stand for nothing, bro. Y'all don't stand for nothing because soon as it affect you in any type of way, y'all are dead silent, bro. Y'all won't say a thing, bro. Y'all supposed to stand on business. y'all don't stand on no types of business. Y'all scary. Y'all scary, bro. Y'all scary. There can't be. Everybody can't be shocked. I'm just gonna keep it real. You can't be shocked, bro. Everybody, you can't just. This is just there's a million.
See him more in his element, like they see him at parties, or you just see him play. Like you probably seen him like.
There's probably everybody got with all this stuff. Everybody got some type of like weird experience. If you've been around a little bit, like.
What was it? I saw on gosh, I hope you really don't watch this. 0.0001%.
Yeah. I hope we don't get big and they just bring the.
I forget.
We
it
don't
was like
get
a podcast. Big. He was getting interviewed on a podcast, and it was like I don't know what rapper it was. But some rapper said he went into Diddy's bathroom and he saw a dildo on the thing. I was like, yo, that dude better watch out, bro.
Man.
He said Diddy was like, oh yeah, that's my homeboys. I don't know what he uses it for. I'm like, yeah, that's the worst excuse you could ever have. But oh yeah, that's my boys. That's not mine.
Yeah, we just, man, you gotta act like what is that? I don't know. I don't know what you even say at that point. Okay, next question though. We'll move off Diddy for my.
Never know. You could have
building
sound. You say Diddy in the sound thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, let me just.
It's a weird question. I don't even know how it came to my mind, but what purchase of, let's say, I didn't really have a number in my head. I just said, let's say $100. What purchase of $100 or less has positively impacted your life the most in like recent times?
Okay, that's a good one. Of $100 or less positively.
It could be $3. I just gave you 100 just in case.
Yeah. Trying to just think about stuff that I use on the daily. Something cheap that. Dang, there's probably a million. Do you have one off the top of your head? No. Do you have one?
Shoot, I didn't even like when I wrote it. I was like, it's hard.
Yeah, there's probably a million things. $100 or less.
That's a tough one.
Let's go back to that one though. I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah,
because there's probably there's got to be something that's just like
so obvious. I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
Okay. What is an unusual habit or just something that you do that you love?
Usual habit that I do that.
Or just like a weird thing that you do, like,
I think now, like before, like of course, like the cold showers and stuff like that. Before I like slept on the ground. Now Jordan's taking that out. I got a little something back there. You know what I'm saying? But sleep on the ground, like that little stuff, or just the little workouts or something like that. But that's probably what other little thing that I do that's you said that positively affect? It's probably it's like that.
It's just something that you like to do. It could be positive or negative. It's just something like an unusual habit that you like to do.
I'll
give you mine. I just people say I'm weird. I like sleeping with my socks on, bro. Just I've always done it. I love it.
I'm usually gonna take mine off. If I have my socks on and I fell asleep, I was very tired. Like I was super tired.
Yeah, I just like the warm feeling the socks give me. I don't know what it is.
I get like in winter, I guess there's a lot more people
gonna do it. Summer, it's very rare occasions it just gets hot, and I'm like, just need to let the dogs out. But usually,
and half the time, if I even fall asleep in my socks, like somehow during my sleep, I'll have taken them off. I'll wake up and they're just sitting right next to me or something. Oh, but one thing, Joe. This is related but unrelated. Like my earbuds, like I'm always gonna have them. I mean, that's one thing. Like I just can't. I don't know what. It don't matter. It don't matter what I've done, bro. Taking tests, bro. A presentation, motherfucking work. You can't stop me. I'm just gonna lie. You can't stop me, bro. I'm gonna have one earbud in literally at all times. You just can't stop me. Let me think. Unusual thing besides that I like to do. Yeah, just like I'm really working out, like reading. Those are really the main things I do. I do this a lot. If that's like a weird thing, that's like a weird thing. I always do that. And people say usually be saying something about like, what are you doing? That's probably something weird. Yeah, I feel like I used to be weirder, and I probably should get back to my weirdness, but I'm been a little
Do
more.
you talk to yourself? Like not like that, but like just like randomly. Like you might be doing something and you just talk out. Do you like talk out loud?
um, no,
Yeah, see,
not
I got
really.
multiple weird habits. I'll do that too.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
not
it's the
really.
only child shit with me,
I sometimes
I'll
I'd be
be feeling
sleepwalking.
yeah.
I'd be sleepwalking sometimes. Uh,
Yeah, I'll never catch you because I'm the heaviest sleeper
I mean,
alive.
I might be like I said, like I might be the guy who's like singing and rapping, like he's walking through the store or
Yeah,
just walking down the thing. Like I'm the guy that you're gonna like hear me, like you know what I'm saying. That's probably.
let's see. Yeah. Which one we ask first? Let's go with this one. All right. So, what advice would you give to, let's say, I don't even want to say college student. That's what I first wrote. But let's say just like a young person, like they're just graduating high school. And either someone that's graduating high school and not going to college and just getting a job straight in or pursuing a passion, or someone that's graduating college about to try to get into the real world. What advice would you give them?
I would say probably the biggest thing is like I feel like the thing that I worked on for the last couple years and to be able to get to the point I am to try and do the things that I'm doing and like to be able to kind of like catapult yourself or like, make that move. One, you like it paid like you got time, bro. You got time. But like I feel like the biggest thing is like I tried to make myself the type of person that can do these things or whatever. I tried to build like my character and be the type of person that can win. Like you kind of have to be a win, like be the type of person that can do those things. So I worked on like my care, worked on like the things like working on trying to be more resilient with stuff, or consistent, or build my mental strength. You know what I'm saying? I tried to, or just being a better person. Like I tried to work on being the type of person that can do those things and being just the type of person, and I just look to improve myself in all ways. Now I didn't even at whatever 18, 20, 21, 20, 21, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but once I started to grow a lot when I just focus on that. Like, okay, on like kind of like the self-improvement part of it. And then I was just patient. I kind of let that stuff kind of guide me to where then I figured it out. Then I figured it out. But when you like 18 and you put so much pressure on yourself to like, I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You got like it's a recipe for disaster, bro. It's a recipe for a disaster. I just say you just got to build the building blocks and be the type of person that is those type of things. So whether you're looking at someone else and like, okay, these are kind of the traits or whatever, and you build those traits, you kind of build yourself, and then you're able to actually do these things. But it's just about like building yourself, you know what I'm saying? And taking your own path. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I went to school. School's not for everybody. I'm not gonna tell everybody they have to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But try and like work towards something, but building yourself up, and then, I think that's the big thing. And that's what's helped me in life in general, because school, you know what I'm saying? Like school helped me, you know what I'm saying? And school teaches you a lot of stuff like that, but school isn't gonna get me to, you know what I'm saying? To the level that I want to get to, but it will
That's a
help.
misconception. Like when
Yeah,
you're in
yeah,
high
yeah.
school, they see like, oh, you graduated from college, bro. Oh, you're set.
Here
Oh,
I go.
you're
Yeah, I'm
good.
good.
You
I'm
work. You're
good.
done working, bro. Once you
Yeah,
graduate, you're done, bro.
yeah,
You don't got to do
yeah,
nothing,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. The work's still over. You know what I'm saying? They think college freshmen come in and think if I graduate from my college, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shit is not even started, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even started, bro.
College
And go,
now is damn near high school.
yeah. And I kind
Like
of
where
take
people
like,
care about it. They're like, oh, school, you got college.
yeah, 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 yeah. In high school, this isn't like our parents and stuff like that. Like college was like that. It was kind of like that. You went to college, like you got a good, like you were good. It's not like that. It's not like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely not like that. Um, I was about to say something else to that question too, but yeah, it's not like that. Oh yeah, and so like you gotta be willing to like in like my whatever since graduating all that like be willing to there's at times where you gotta take that step forward and you gotta take that leap or whatever, and then there's times where I'll take one step back to go two steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes then sometimes it's like, oh, I need to make this leap, I need to kind of demand this of myself, and I need to do this or whatever like that. So it's like, so having the balance of like doing those things, and then sometimes it's like I'll go do this, what I'm saying, if it's not perfectly aligned, I'll go do this, I'll take one step backwards, so then I can work toward my goals to move two steps forward, what I'm saying. So be willing to take a step back sometimes to do your ultimate thing, what I'm saying.
I like that. These questions are just, I know.
Yeah.
All right. In the
My
last couple of
mustache, bro.
years,
Is my mustache really look like that in real life?
I feel
Like
like mine looks a little thicker than it does in person, but I'll take it.
my shit looks like I look like I really
This is
got a
only like
mustache.
4 days, 5 days. This ain't nothing crazy. Like, just a dapper young man right here.
All right, what was your question? What are you about to say?
In the last couple of years, what have you become better at saying no to, like distractions, or like oh, come out to the club with me, come to the
Yeah.
bar.
You know what I've gotten really good at? I don't know if it's exactly no, but it's like along the lines that you're kind of talking about. I've gotten good at being like on my own time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like people reach out to me and like call, like I don't have to answer every phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I get a call, like, and what I'm saying, people get upset. Like my mom, my dad, my brother. Oh, like because my phone be on do not disturb, and that's why I like to. That's how I like to have it. I
Mm-hmm.
like to have it where, what I'm saying? I don't have people invading my life every 5 seconds, and I get to have my own thoughts. I get to live my own life. I get to like kind of be like that, and I get back to people on my own time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying? Even like my mom might call me or whatnot. It goes like they already know it's gonna go to the, but they'll call me or whatever, and it's just like everything's not an emergency. I don't have to always do that. So sometimes my mom or my dad call, and it might take me 2 days to get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I have to be in the right, because I have to take care of myself.
Yeah.
First. You know what I'm saying? I need to make sure I'm in the right mental. I need to make sure that I don't have just a bunch of distractions of people just telling me stuff like that, and I get my own thoughts and I get to have my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I get to kind of keep building my own person. So it's like being able to not have to be, you know what I'm saying? I have to take care of myself. So being able to just not pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? If I don't feel great at that moment, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And people at first they'll get upset, and they'll still get a little upset sometimes, but they start to understand that it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So I have that space. I'll go and I'll call, but it's like, oh, even my brother, like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't feel it, or if I'm not feel whatever, I'm just not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna answer. I'll get back, and you just kind of have to understand I have that space and I have that agreement, and it's like it's a healthier thing, because I don't have this like where I'm weighed down, but like what now? You know what I'm saying? And you kind of get like drive even like your people or whatever. It's like, okay, so now when I talk to them, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You kind of have like a little more thing, you know what I'm saying? Than just like, oh, what now, or this or that. So I think that's something that's been really helpful to my growth is just to not always, I'm not gonna say always be there for it, but like, you know what I'm saying? Be able to not answer my phone if I'm not feeling right or I don't feel like talking, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. Straight up. Everything's not an emergency. So it helps me. I got less people calling me about, you know what I'm saying? About stuff that don't matter. Less people calling me about money. Less people calling me about, you know what I'm saying? Just about a million things. You know? Um, so I like that I have that space. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think that.
Yeah. I think how long, based off how long these questions, I mean these answers are going. This might be the last question. You don't want to hold people
Yeah,
on too long.
maybe.
But this is another banger question. How has a failure or a time you thought you failed set you up for success later?
I think that's like the whole foundation. The whole foundation of any success that I have or will have is built on failure. I've failed in a million different ways. Like a million different ways that like I know that other people, you know what I'm saying? That nobody knows about. I failed a million times. Like it either everything seems like, oh, okay, you got it figured out. You kind of went on this road, but people don't see all the things. I've had small failures. I've had 10 failures I thought that just, you know what I'm saying? Or five failures I thought were just horrible, that were just like, dang, that's just bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so I tried to build like a thing. So I've tried to like work failure in, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a daily thing that you can kind of work at it, right? And like you said, like being comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done a million, like even like did MMA for a little bit. Like that's fail every day. You fail every day doing that. I failed at times with like finance. I failed I mean I failed in work. I failed, you know what I'm saying? I failed in relationships. You know what I'm saying? I
Accounting.
failed, huh?
Accounting.
Accounting. I failed the cat, like, you know what I'm saying. I've kind of just figured out and kind of built like a base to do. You know what I'm saying. So there's small failures and there's big failures, and I think I've that's like what it is like. So without those failures, there's no way that I could be the type of person like I was talking about before, the type of person that can do these things. If I didn't have that experience of failure, and it makes me like I'm not scared to fail. You know what I'm saying? People's like I'm not scared to fail. You know what I'm saying? And it's even more about that. It's also I probably said this before. I don't think on this podcast, but like also people are scared to like win or like achieve like or what's to succeed. There's a fear of success is a big thing. Like, because once you succeed like Jordan, when we succeed one time, there's an expectation. Like you have to come through. Like you know what I'm saying? You have to come through. And then once you do that, there's another level. You have to come through. And that's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all good and talk, but it's a little scary right there. Like, damn, all right, shit's real. You know what I'm saying? Shit's real.
Moving.
Like shit's real. You know what I'm saying? And when that's the expectation that you have to hold yourself to every single day, like that's a scary thing, and that's hard for people to do. Like, there's a fear of failure, and like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are stuck on that. So I mean that grabs a huge percentage of people, just the fear of failure. Then you get past that fear of failure, and then there's the fear to succeed or fear of success that you have to get past that. And I think that I've passed both of those. And that's why I feel like it's like, all right, you know, I'm ready, and the failures, like I said, I've had seemingly, you know what I'm saying? And life continually brings challenges and failures and all that. But I've had seemingly, I've already, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's not the worst thing that could happen, possibly, but I've already had the worst thing that could happen. That far worst thing that I ever, that I've ever dealt with. And I've dealt with failures in all those type of ways. But then there's some failures that, you know what I'm saying, or things that have happened that are way worse than anything that anything else that could happen. Like I feel like it's real small. It's real small. And you know what I'm saying, and being a little bit more prepared and like having the stuff like that to where like I'm making decisions, but I'm not making desperate decisions. Like before, a couple years ago, if I was doing stuff, it would have been like a little desperate. You know what I'm saying, to do it. I'm just like prepared and like, you know what I'm saying, and I have like a clear head about making these decisions or whatever, and I can do them. You know what I'm saying, but the failures and stuff like that's the only way to succeed. That's the only way. If you don't have experience with failure, you should get some. Just as a person, you should get some. You need to fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to fail. And not be like kind of like destroyed by them all, but you gotta like run towards the fire. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run towards the fire. All right, do one more quick one.
One more. All right, let's see what I got for you right here. Oh, have you thought about anything for the $100 or less question, or is this too good of a question? I know.
No, I need to think about that one. Maybe I'll ask that in mine, and then I'll have an answer, and then.
I ended off on a nice positive. What's one thing that you are deeply grateful for right now?
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, family for sure, and like it, like family for sure, and then like even some of the other people who like, because I'm not around my family, all the time. So like the people and like the family friends and stuff like that I can go and visit, and I can Thanksgiving I can have somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Have somewhere to go, and so I think those and uh you know friends and stuff like that. I'm thankful that I work very hard to do it, but I'm thankful I can pay all my bills and don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? And don't have to really worry about my day. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to worry about my bills at a smaller level. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have all the nicest stuff, but I'm thankful that I can do that and have like a little bit of room, because there's been plenty of times where I didn't have that, and I was still still happy in those circumstances. But I'm grateful for that, because it just allows me to do more and be able to do a lot more things. But right now I'm very like thankful for like kind of also like the other people that kind of do it, like even like right now or something like that. Like it's like I'm thankful for like the friends I do have, you know what I'm saying? Because like I don't have a million friends out here that I'm just whatever for. So like some of the people that, if I'm like, oh, I really want, like, I'm willing to go to a wall, you know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of how I've kind of always been, of not having a lot of friends, but like having good friends though. There's even some really good friends that I talk to all the time, like Jordan. I talk to all the time, you know what I'm saying? KJ, and then there's some like even some of my back home friends or whatever. I don't really talk to them like that much, but as soon as I go home, I'm telling them a week before, and it just kind of goes. I mean, like I never left. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for that stuff. That's what.
Cast off, probably the best episode we've had. You know,
This is good. This is
I
good.
know it's top tier. You said I
If
couldn't keep it
people
up.
watch this, you'll learn something from this. This was good.
You know, just great questions. You know, I might not be the best answers yet. You know, I'm not the quickest thinker, but with the questions, man, sheesh.
Yeah, this was good. This is really good.
Well, podcast or Podclass episode 6.
Yes, sir.
Signing out. Favorite host signing out. The guy over there signing out. The guy in the chair.
All right, y'all. We're gonna see y'all next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Enjoy y'all Thanksgiving.
All right.